Boogety, 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 JB. Let's get back to racing. First of all, I got to unzip the jacket.
Oh, who you got on today?
All Dale today, baby. Got
All
the hat.
Dale once again.
Ordered a hat, came in the mail, rocking and rolling. Also got to rep my guy, Matt Kenseth, though. Got this
Shout out.
picture and signed on the back of it. It's a gift for my 7th birthday from my first grade teacher and her husband. And it says in parentheses.
Get out of here. Your first grade teacher, right? Or
First grade teacher, yeah.
she knew you were into NASCAR and like somehow, some way, what did she know him, or did she just like
I don't think they
have
knew him.
this in their house and like she was just like, oh, he loves NASCAR, let me give it to him.
Honestly, don't really remember. I didn't even remember I had this photo. I thought it was funny when I saw it, just the Matt Kenseth Visine car, get the red out, and I mean, you know,
Sometimes you need it for certain things.
like where life led me, and like some of like and like one of the jobs like earlier, I was like, oh, that's so funny. That's funny, but yeah, I mean, it was awesome. I remember like it was memory unlocked as I read it. I was like, oh my god, I do remember that. Like Mr. Patrick, her husband, my first grade teacher at Minnie Arnold Elementary School, Michigan Center School District.
Shout out.
They my parents were always like, at least up until probably like 7th grade, very involved in like my schooling and stuff like that. I would say, not that they like weren't ever afterwards, but they were always like
a lot more hands-on. You would say,
like parent-teacher conferences and so like they were always
trust me, I know
they were always like on top of everything. They needed to know like needed all the info, blah 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 blah. As I got older, and they were like, okay, this kid's kind of got it figured out.
It's like we'll just let him do whatever.
Yeah, they kind of loosened up on the reins a little bit, but yeah, I mean, my parents were always big NASCAR fans. Like they're not huge sport people, but they are like, my dad was like a NASCAR guy. Like it was like NASCAR, like it was the number one thing. Like that's like the one thing they liked the most as far as like sport goes. The very next thing was the Detroit Red Wings, and then anything else would just be whatever. But like it was like NASCAR, the Red Wings, and then everything else just kind of like was whatever.
That's respectable.
Yeah,
that's
so
respectable.
That's how like the sports hierarchy like was held in our house growing up, and how we spent our Sundays watching NASCAR. But yeah, I mean, Matt Kenseth was my favorite driver. We shared the same birthday, and I remember.
Oh wow, that's what's up.
Yeah, and then like honestly, like, our first episode that we recorded was on Matt Kenseth's birthday on March 10th,
as well as your birthday too. So shout out that we can't forget that.
That was when we kicked off the Fast and Loose series and such. So very cool. I remember like after Dale Earnhardt Sr. died, there was no driver that like I was really rooting for. I mean, I was such a little kid. I like barely remember life. That young. I really only remember the Dale Sr. crash, and then I fast forward to going to the dentist with my grandfather. But,
it's crazy how those childhood memories just come back, just like the small things that you remember that just stick with you forever.
And I wouldn't remember that instance of Dale Earnhardt Sr.'s crash if it wasn't for my Uncle Randy, and like that's a story for another day. I've briefly told a little bit, but we could expand on that for like like a whole episode or so. It's because my uncle is such a funny guy. But yeah, I mean, Matt Kenseth, they were like, yeah, he has the same birthday as you, and he just kind of instantly became my favorite driver. My other uncle was a construction worker, had his own construction company. He had a lot of DeWalt tools and stuff like that. And Matt Kenseth, DeWalt driver, drove the DeWalt car.
Shout out to DeWalt.
So another like connection and tie to my family that like helped build that love and affection towards Matt Kenseth as a driver. He's also a very, very good driver. He like won a championship in 2003, the last Winston Cup champion, as we've talked about. 39 career wins. So shout out. He, definitely up there, Hall of Famer. And hopefully one day, maybe we'll get lucky enough to meet him or just get a shout out, or like maybe he'll see a video and like it or something like that.
Hey, tag him in the video. If anyone knows him, let him know that, hey, Fast and Loose, we're cheering for him.
Hell yeah. But Fast and Loose not just covering NASCAR, JB. We got a little bit of a Monster Jam we like to cover.
Yeah, what's this Monster Jam update? I believe someone has locked up series wins.
Yeah, so obviously, like we said, we mainly kind of are covering the Stadium Series East. However, there are a couple different. There's the Stadium Series. There's the East, Central, West. There's the Arena Series.
Yes.
Slightly smaller venues. And then you have, like East, Central, West. And I'm going to double check. Fault on me for not, but I believe it's this Arena Series Central John Zimmer Jr., driver of Terminal Velocity. I do know all the other facts. It's like the series I got to double check. But Terminal Velocity, John Zimmer Jr. has officially locked up the entire series championship. There's a couple of these that have like some pretty wide gaps. The Stadium Series East, our favorite, the one that we like, it's a tight competition between
it really
Tyler
is.
Meninga, Bari Mawasar, and then
Zombie
taking the competition to school. Classroom Crusher, man, he's right there.
He's right there too.
He's hanging
shout
in
out
there.
Camden, man.
It's a tight competition, and it's fun though to see like some of these other series just blown out of the water. It's a fight for second place, and then but then once it comes to the World Finals, anybody can win.
It's anybody's game.
Can win the World Finals, and that's going to be out in Salt Lake City, Utah, July 4th and 5th. So really fun time if you're thinking about going out there, if you've been out there before, if you want to get out there. Awesome time. And they've had the World Finals in Vegas for forever. They were in Orlando. Now they're going to be in Salt Lake City this year.
I wish it was in
and
Vegas.
If you're curious, like, why are they going out there? What's a kind of a strange venue? They held the Olympics there in 2002. So this
okay.
So this isn't like, if you're curious, and they're going to be coming back there in the Olympics again, I think, in a couple Olympics in the winter. I think they're coming
Winter
back
Olympics.
to like Park City or so.
Okay.
So I mean, if you're wondering, like, it seems like a small place. Why Utah? It's, the desert out there. They got the salt flats, where they do the racing and like they try and hit those like land speed records. So it's not a crazy place to get out there and get a little fast, get a little loose. With those monster trucks. Hell yeah, JB.
But I appreciate that. Hey, Salt Lake City is definitely a unique place out there.
I have an aunt who lives out there, about 30 minutes north in Layton, Utah. Yeah, it's like a little suburb of Salt Lake City. So shout out the Anifa. And hopefully, maybe one day we'll get to make a trip out there, JB. Maybe if Salt Lake City is the home of next year's World Finals, maybe Fast and Loose will be out there bringing some behind-the-scenes content or something like that.
That would be nice. It's definitely unique. All I see is pictures of the championship final, especially from Vegas as well too. It looks like a lot of fun. So hopefully one day Fast and Loose will make his way out there as well too. Oh, he's taking off the jacket. He wants you to see it all the way. Then number 3.
Get a little warm.
And number 3 all the way.
Take off the jacket, rock it. Yeah. This hat is sick. I thought it was just gonna have like the print logo on there, but like it's like
it's like stitched in.
It's
like
stitched, and it's also like the same type of the 3 is almost like the Letterman jacket embroidering.
Yes.
Yeah. It's kind of it's like
had
that,
one of those in high school.
It's sick.
The good old high school days of the Letterman jacket.
Yeah. I was telling the people over at Roast, we got a little victory toast for later, a little new thing we're trying out.
Mm-hmm.
I was telling them they're like, you're getting another soda? I got the Coke yesterday morning too. And I was like, yesterday I got one, this time I'm grabbing 2. And I was like, little NASCAR thing. I'm like rocking my Dale Earnhardt gear. But oh no!
No, stay.
But yeah, real quick, JB, I'm gonna dive into the desk confess.
Because you got some very unique cars up here, man. A nice little setup, a spread. Of course, you can't forget about the Dale Earnhardt rug, of course, up here.
Oh, the rug's always gonna be here. We got the staple. One of my favorites. One of the things I was like dying to get back from the collection is that white 124 diecast Kevin Harvick. I used to tear the fuck out of that thing. Just like I take it to preschool with me, and I just like roll it down the sidewalk. I literally would just grab it and then just send it down the sidewalk, and every once in a while it would flip over, and then like that's why you see those scrapes and scratches on the top of it. Thing got beat up, but hey, still runs.
It still rolls,
and it looks fine. It's all right. It looks race worn, But then we also got the Flamin' Jeff Gordon 124. We talked about the Matt Kenseth photo. The Dale homages. We got the winner's circle, him standing on the car.
That winner's circle one is so cool. I hope you know that, man.
1998, man, when he finally got the monkey off his back. He won Daytona. Shout out, 20th try. He did it. And then a couple other 124 die casts. We got the Flames, but we also got to rock the Rainbow Warrior 1997 editions of all of the red boxes you see up here, and the black boxes too. Actually, all the boxes up here. Outside of the Winner's Circle, Dale Earnhardt 1998. All the other boxes from 97 edition. So the year I was conceived, I wasn't even born yet.
At least your parents knew. They're like, hey, we're about to get him in NASCAR young, so let's just start collecting and saving this stuff because he's going to appreciate this eventually one of these days.
Yeah. They the great debate of does life begin at conception or birth will not be answered on this podcast.
Yeah, we are not.
However, when I became a NASCAR fan, you can see definitely was at conception based on the memorabilia that my parents have collected over the years for me.
Got ingrained into your head. You will drive NASCAR.
Yeah. But we got the Rainbow Warrior Jeff Gordon. We got the on the other end we got the Terry Labonte Kellogg's cornflakes. We got next to him the Tide Ricky Rudd.
Which that Tide car looks so sweet, man.
It is pretty badass.
Really does.
I have a Ricky Rudd memory from Darlington. We'll talk about it another time. Like maybe when they do the Southern 500, they come back to Darlington. Fall. These two cars, JB, I talked about last week. I was excited to bring them in. They're 144 diecast. They're literally like the size of like your first knuckle,
which are so unique because I never even knew that they even created anything like this. I never even knew this was on the radar.
And they're trucks too. They're not even cars, but they're truck series.
Yeah.
With the stands, we got the Jeff Burton, Bill Elliott, the son or father of Chase Elliott. You know, the driver who's named after me.
The driver that's named after me.
Even though he's older than me, he has changed his name to mimic mine. So, yeah.
But, just a copycat. That's all.
We're couple cool cats, you know.
Yeah, see,
a couple cool cats, you know. But yeah, that's what we got on the desk. But let's dive into the racing too, JB. We got
Texas.
Yeah, we got Texas. We got a quick little race recap. We had 3 stages. First stage winner was a repeat of last week's race winner, Austin Cindric.
Shout out.
Then we had another repeat of last week. Stage 2 going
Mr.
back
Kyle Larson.
Oh yeah, you're right. It did go to Kyle Larson. I had it messed up in my notes. Kyle Larson ends up getting the stage win, and then. Last but not least, Joey Logano, rubbing it back in everybody's face. He might have been chuckling a little bit at that top 5 that was taken away. The reigning defending champion of last year's Cup Series finally not only gets that first top 5, but gets back in victory lane, guarantees themselves a spot in this year's playoff for a chance to go back-to-back. I don't mind Joey Logano. He's kind of like one of those drivers that people like to hate on, and like he's like
I don't hate on him.
Like a heel or so. I don't mind him. I like seeing him in the mix.
Yeah,
he's definitely not like one of my like top favorites, you know. But I'd say he's in like that like second tier of drivers I enjoy. You know,
I could understand that. So,
yeah. But yeah, I was kind of like, all right, you know, I was rooting for Ross Chastain to get the win.
Really?
Yeah, we'll talk about that more probably when we get into our car of the week.
Yeah,
we'll see. But he had a good run late. There was a couple of cars and other drivers I was just rooting for. Wouldn't have minded seeing get the win, but yeah, late I was rooting for Ross. Also, I was thinking about my dad too because I shouted him out like either last episode or the episode before, but he was talking about Michael McDowell, how he likes Michael McDowell.
And Michael McDowell was like so close in this race, man.
Dude, he made my list last week, car of the week, in the gunk car, and I almost made it to victory lane. It was tough to see him crash. His first DNF of the year. But
Texas was rough, man. Texas,
dude,
it was messy. There was 12 cautions for like 73 laps as it is, and like I said, it was just messy. You had a bunch of wrecks out there, taking out Josh Berry.
He was in the lead when he crashed.
Yeah, Jesse Love, Austin Cindric actually went out as well too, and a couple others. I was rooting. Don't come at me for this one, but Denny Hamlin. I was hoping that he would take this one home. He has before, but the Flames engine just blew up on him really early in the race, and it was just done for him that day. You can tell he was upset, and even though some of the fans out in Texas really didn't care for him as well too, because when he came out, he did the horns down. So, Denny, you got to watch that, man. You got to watch that, bro.
That was funny. I appreciate it. Hey, embrace it, lean into it. I thought it was funny. It definitely sucked. I heard them on the broadcast. They were like, get out the car, man. Like,
I would have got out of the car, bro. There's flames coming out of the bottom of it.
It was erupting, bro. They were shooting out of that thing, man.
I would have pulled over so quick and hopped out.
He had like the Jeff Gordon paint job, but like
underneath,
real life, like IRL. It wasn't painted on there. It was really coming out the car.
Like I said, I would have hopped out so quick. Like, no, this is not. I'm not burning up in this car.
But yeah, no, I definitely agree, man. But that was pretty crazy. It's tough too because he came in last place in the race. He had that the DNF.
Yeah.
And then you see that the progressive sponsor. We did take him to victory lane one time though, so you got a first and a last place finish in that progressive ride. But
time to switch it up.
Yeah, we'll see. Let's get maybe back at the FedEx whip.
That's what I'm thinking. FedEx.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. But real quick, JB, do you want to dive into the car of the week, or you want to do a little gas, pass, or crash? You know, something else we do. This JB's own little invention. We kind of whipping up. Little,
you know what? Let's dive into the new segment.
Hell yeah.
Let's do that.
Well, here you lead the way. I'll follow your lead. You know, I'll draft you. I'll give you the push to victory lane.
So this is basically our segment of the good, bad, and the ugly. Pretty much. So we just renamed it a little bit, gas, pass, or grass. So even though I started off, I want to get your top 3, unless you don't have them so far.
Yeah, okay. I'll start with the good. All right. The good.
The good.
The good. All right. This isn't necessarily like race related. This maybe
yeah.
I had to work during the race. However, I did get a break in the action. I wasn't able to watch most of stage 2, but I did get to watch the beginning of the race and the end of the race. So the good is, while I was still on the clock, I did get to watch the race. I technically got paid to watch the end of the race. So
which is even better.
That's what I'm going to call as my good of the weekend, because I didn't get the driver who I was really rooting for to win. And, and it was a messy race. Like, that third stage was caution. And also, too, I was watching the race with a friend who at work, and their driver didn't win either. It was Brad Keselowski who ended up crashing. So we were like, I was just like, pick a number. But
shout out to the hometown guy.
That's my good. My good is I still got to watch the race even though I was working, and I technically was on the clock getting paid to do it. The bad, Michael McDowell, man. He was leading the race. He was looking good. That Delaware life. He stayed out there. Just had the 2 tires on the left side. They were worn down, and eventually, like, he got passed. And like when he went down and on the back straightaway, I was just like, oh my! I thought he was gonna run Joey Logano into the wall. I thought, like, they're not even trying to race this point. He's just crashing him. And Logano made the pass, and I was just like, all right, it's over. And then he had lost so much momentum. Blaney goes by him, and then next thing you know, he's just crashing the wall. So that was the bad. And the ugliest part of the weekend was Austin Dillon getting another fucking top 10 JB. Like.
You still do not like this man, no matter where he finishes.
No, and like, I hope to God no one ever associates the number 3 that I wear with him, because I hope they don't, because you know how desperate this man is for attention. Is on, like, he throws the big number 3 on the side of his trailer, but then he has to put his name underneath it, because it's like, when you see it, you think of one person.
Well, he just wants to let you know that, like, there's 2 number 3s out here. So
not.
if you're rooting for the classic number 3,
if you want to be 2 number 3s, go be number 33 like you used to be. Yeah, bitch.
What about 03?
No, that's fine. You can't drive number 3.
It can't be just single 3.
Yeah, no. So that was the ugly. I hate. I'm always gonna get pissed off about that. But that's my good, bad, and ugly. That's my gas, my pass, my crash this week, JB. Curious to see what you got cooking up for us.
Actually, we have one that is the same.
Oh,
we actually do. But
okay.
I will start with the gas. My good, I gotta go with Kyle Larson. He came out big in the winning stage 2, and he had that win at Dega. So I just gotta give him some respect. So
I like that Valvoline car.
Yeah,
something about, like, Valvoline. I'm a sucker for a good Valvoline sponsor.
See, I gotta give with that one. My pass is actually Michael McDowell. Like I said, it just sucks because he was so close to winning this one, and then just seeing that wreck just sucked. Just getting that pass and getting that air underneath the car, and tires just gave out. He hit the wall and then just started spinning out on the grass, and it's just like, no, you were so close, man.
Yeah, it was a bit. The clean air was definitely a big factor in this race, but oh man. Poor Michael McDowell, man. He seems like such a nice guy, too.
He does. He seems like a nice guy, and I can tell, like, he was just upset. Like, I believe I heard the radio broadcast as well, too. He's just like, I'm sorry, guys. Sorry.
Yeah.
So it's a rough day for him, rough weekend for him. And my pass. Oh no, grass. I gotta go with one Mr. Denny Hamlin. Like, he just did not have a good day, and it didn't start off well. Like I said, with the horns down, only completing 73 laps out of this whole race, and just it was a done day for him. It was a quick in and out day for him.
Yeah, it kind of blew up in his face a little bit.
Yeah.
So, but
be a little bit humble next time.
Yeah. Yeah. He's gonna be listening to Kendrick Lamar on the way home, maybe.
I know, right?
But Speaking of all those cars, JB, I'm curious. Car of the week, man. This is my favorite. This is tough this week. You asked me if we were like should open it up to 5. I told you because I was telling you it's gonna be tough. I told you I can narrow it down to 3. I'll be a big boy, and I'll toughen up. Only pick 3. So I narrowed it down, but
got it down to 3.
JB, I want you to lead us off this time. I say, and I want to see if we have any overlap. I think there's one car we might overlap.
There's probably one car that we have that'll overlap, and I think I know which one. But I'll start with my honorable mentions. I got to go number 3, Riley Herbert's.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
With the beatbox Toyota car, which I was just like, the covers, it's just so unique, so different. I just like the wild covers all over the car.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It was really cool, yeah.
So I got to go with that one for number 3. Number 2, Ross Chastain driving the number 1 Tootsie's Orchard Lounge Chevy, which I actually found out a lot more information about that, which I want to go and take a deep dive in as well too, to the Tootsie's Lounge as well too. So there's a lot of history behind that I didn't know of. So I'm gonna go and take a deep dive after the show about that. And number 1, well, going back to Ross Chastain, I just like the purple and black.
Yeah,
Purple and black just looks good to me.
It was a nice neon look. Hell yeah.
Nice neon look. And number 1, I'm wearing the Lacer hat right now. Shout out. This is Tyler Reddick, Indy 45 Jordan Brand Toyota. And it had
like a diamond.
It's the black, the white mixed together. Also kind of looks like the shoe as well too. That's why I'm rocking the Lacers. If you see the top of the hat, yeah. So it was pretty sweet.
That was an awesome car. I thought that was sick. Jordan Brand, like they always come with
they always come with something unique and special out on the track. So shout out to him. Shout out to the rap team, whoever designs these cars out there. They look amazing.
I think if after the end of the season, we'll do a recap of like who had the most like honorable mentions and then like wins. And I think 2311 has made it every week, and in this
At
case,
least in my ranking.
yeah, and like they made 2 out of the 3 for years too, because you had Tyler Reddick and Riley Herbst. Like,
yes,
they bring the heat, man. That's what they do. So,
and Bubba with the McDonald's car, I believe too. Yeah. See.
So
but shout out to the honorable mentions as well too, because those cars were cool.
Hell yeah. Oh, I got my honorable mentions, JB.
Yeah, let's see this, dude. You were able to narrow it down to 3, man.
A little tough. We have a little overlap. We actually have a couple overlaps, JB.
Really?
Yeah. Honorable mention. I dug that beatbox car from Riley Herbst.
See?
I don't mind a beatbox. It's one of those like alcoholic beverages I can handle. Like I don't think it tastes too bad. I'm not a beer guy, so it's like those. It's like an alternative. I think,
is it wine?
I think I don't know. It might be malt liquor or something like that. But I don't know. Either way, they're fruity, they're fun. I don't mind them. I like the pink lemonade option, so I can get down with a beatbox or like the blue raz too. I'll throw that out there.
We gotta get some beatboxes in here, man.
This other one,
is it a food car?
I'm hoping to give some luck to no, it's not a food car.
Oh,
I'm hoping to share some luck because this driver, I think they're currently the highest in the playoffs without a win, currently. But I would just love to see him get in victory lane, man. Chase Elliott and that Napa 100 years, that gold.
That's what I was gonna say.
It looked okay. It looked pretty cool. Was it the coolest car out there? I honestly, admittedly, no. But I'm hoping to get you some luck, Chase Elliott.
I was going to put this, and this is the one I was debating for number 3 as well too. I don't know if you've seen his helmet, but the helmet looks exactly like the car wrap.
That's sick, dude. He's won at Texas before. He got that Hooters win. In the Hooters car, I was hoping he'd get a good performance out of him, maybe a top 10, but not the best race. If you got stuck in the back, it was hard to pass all day, so that was rough. But Chase Elliott trying to rub a little luck, maybe some of that gold from the car rub off, get you into first place, that P1 victory lane.
I hope so.
And then
the car looks sweet though, I gotta admit.
And then number 1, JB, my car of the week.
Oh.
And Fuego, let me see that Tootsie roll, JB. I thought it looked sick. I was hoping and praying.
The black with the purple flames, man. The neon.
The flames, man. The flames. You see, we got the flame cars up here. We rock and roll. We've been talking about Denny Hamlin, and we dig the fire.
I wonder if it glows in the dark. That would be so sweet if it glowed in the dark.
I'm a Shaka Khan fan, baby. Through the fire.
But it was sweet, man. It was a sweet car. Like I said, I hope that it glows in the dark. They added some special paint to it that like you could see it at night, and it'd just be awesome.
Hell yeah, we gotta check out the Orchid Lounge sometime too, man. That'd be pretty sick. I didn't know it was a lounge either. I thought it was like at first I thought it was maybe like Tootsie's, like the Tootsie Roll Company.
Yeah,
they have the chocolates, but then they have the fruity ones too, and those are really good. But yeah, I mean, hey, shout out the lounge, man.
I thought it was
candy. Another cool lounge to tap into and check out.
There is another cool lounge. But, check out the Chase Lounge.
But yeah, I say the Tootsie's Ross Chastain. I thought he might get a good run in that last lap because coming into turn 4 and around the tri-oval, he seemed to get a good run. I think Joey Logano blocked him and stuffed a little bit of that momentum. But
at least he got second.
Yeah.
So
before we wrap up, JB, because we're getting close on time, I do want to quickly do a little victory toast. Let's pop it out. We got this Monster Jam bottle opener, ladies and gentlemen. Here. It's a glow-in-the-dark XXL carburetor is what it's called. So
XL carburetor.
Yeah, but JB, this has been 2 months. It's our 9th episode.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
yeah.
Just a little cheers to you. We've gone from just hanging out up here and to a full desk of stuff. And and I don't have a driver shout this week, but this is a little victory toast to us this week. So
victory toast to us.
Shout out to JB.
2 months right here, 9 episodes. Hopefully many, many more to come. So
yeah,
fast and loose, my guy.
Shout out Dale Sr. Shout out Matt Kenseth. Shout out to Mr. Fast, everybody. JB. So
Mr. Loose over here, and shout out to Tyler Reddick, my guy.
Hell yeah, here. Cheers,
one more time.
Take a sip.
Let's do it.
See you guys next week.